guys, it's your sister. Welcome to another episode of Just a Couple Things, and I have a special guest with me today. But before we get into who this special person is, just want to make sure that you guys are subscribe to your new favorite podcast, and 5 stars. I need your reviews, baby. 5 stars. Do not Keith Lee me, okay? Ooh. I need every star. 1 through 10, give me a 10. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you kindly. But yeah, another episode, just a couple things, and I have one of my favorite people with me in the world. The Shelah Marie.
Yeah.
My friend, mother, wife, author, the Unruly Retreat. She's a retreater. She's actually a commentator too. She's an influencer. She's a therapist. She does everything.
I ain't got no degrees, child.
Well, it's a lot of people out here who ain't got degrees doing stuff. So listen, we're gonna give you an honorary degree.
Okay.
It's a lot of those these days too.
Period.
We're gonna give you an honorary degree. And I'm really happy to have you. How you feeling?
Thank you. I'm feeling great because you obviously one of my favorite people too. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that for the camera.
No.
Not just saying.
Me and Sheila are really cool.
Down.
Yeah, we love each other. Like you're really one of my favorite people, one of my favorite friends, and for so many reasons. And we're gonna get into why she's the person that she is. But first of all, like, how are you doing? You got a book coming out soon.
Yeah.
Are you okay? You have so much going on. You got the Unruly Retreat.
Yeah.
Like, you're always online giving your commentary too. Like, you stay in tune with so many things. Like, how do you, like, balance it all and just still be okay?
I work in phases. That's how I feel. Like, I'm project-based. That's how I work best. I don't know about you.
I didn't know that.
But, like, if I know that something is going to take my time for this amount of time, I can pour myself into it. Like, I feel like the writing of the book was the hardest part. I feel like the hardest part is done. Yeah. At this point, I did my job. Yeah. Like, Spirit called me to write. I felt compelled to write. I did that. I faced my fears. Yes. And now I'm just like, this is just the next phase. This is who I just break my time up into sections. Yeah. That's really just how I do it.
Yeah. What I love about you is you're really, really multifaceted, but you don't really like toot your own horn. You really like are humble. Why?
It's called.
I like it though, but why?
It's imposter syndrome.
Really?
That's what it is, Jessie. Like when you're like, oh, how do I do it? I was thinking that I'm like, I should be asking you that. Cause I feel like
you got imposter syndrome?
Yeah, that's why I like hanging around people like you, because I feel like you don't step out of your light. Like you're not afraid to step into the light and be like, this is what I said. I'm gonna stand on 10. It don't matter who likes it, don't matter who agrees with it. Yeah. This is what I want to do. You're very career driven. At the same time, you're still like a good friend. You have your relationship, you have all that. So to me, I don't know. I just feel that it was probably from old stuff, from childhood, whatever. And too, the world will applaud women who have imposter syndrome.
Demure.
Right, very demure, very mindful. Yeah. Very lacking confidence. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like I was trained from a young age to like demure. Right, to never like drink my own Kool-Aid. The real meaning. I hate that people did that. I'm like, but baby, it's slang. Language evolves and changes. I'm like, can we let the girls have something? Yeah. Here we go online. The actual definition.
Right. I'm like, bitch, we know the definition. We just having fun. Damn, shut your ass up.
Damn fun, police.
Okay. Shit. Like, even speaking of demure, I like what you said too when you put in your Insta stories. You was like, so many of y'all are saying, wrap this demure shit up. And I hope that when it's your time to shine, that people don't come in droves and say, yeah, wrap this up. Why did you feel the need to say that? I haven't seen anybody else say that.
Because I think we don't always realize, what's happening as it's happening. Time is speeding up right now. Like our conception of time. Yeah. Like when movies used to drop, there used to be a whole rollout. Weeks you would be focusing on that movie. When albums came out, now we're living in a real microwave generation where everything is pushed fast onto the next thing. What are we doing next? An artist comes out, we're already over them. A song comes out, we're already over the song. And for me, I'm like, yeah, but behind all of these this publicity. Behind these marketing machines are people with actual dreams, with actual hard work. You are like a person like you, or a person like Jules. Let's talk about Jules, who created the demure trend.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Who knows how long she's been putting in work online?
True.
How many videos that you put out didn't
She
get
had
no
a bunch.
views? You know how much work. I've referenced Money Long. I think she's also another great example. Money Long is an amazing songwriter. Money Long she's in a country.
Yep.
She's multi-genre. She's an amazing artist. And a lot of people will tell women with children or women of a certain age that you cannot do it. And Money Long continued to do it. So when she finally popped, I was like, dang, everybody can't, wrap this up. I'm tired of hearing this song.
Why?
I'm tired. Well, we're just inundated with content. We're just inundated.
Yeah.
Humans are not used to having this much media all the time. So I get the impulse, because even me, I do it. Sometimes I'm tired of stuff. Like, I want it to move on. But if I step out of that and I step into like the more empathetic side of me, I'm happy for people. Like, I like that about myself. I get very happy for people.
You do.
I love seeing people fulfill their dreams, and I'm happy that Jules is having her moment. And I hope whoever you watching this, I hope when you have your moment, that nobody rushes you beyond. I hope people let you have your moment.
That's so true.
We have to fight against that, like, because otherwise it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Yeah.
And it's like we never really in the present. Like, hey, shout out to that person. I'm actually very happy for her.
Yeah. And I think that if we do practice being happy for other people more and more, then we attract whatever blessing that is that person has. We attract that too. Like,
I agree.
Just be happy for other people. Be happy for their moment. Like, there's no harm in that. Like,
we all win.
Yeah.
I don't lose nothing from being happy, genuinely happy and excited for the next person. So
I agree. Let's
more
talk
the merrier.
about being happy for other people. 'Cause I feel like, when we connected, it wasn't really based on happy stuff.
No, it was based on it wasn't demure, it was demonic.
It was not demure.
Yeah, no, it was not, honey. It was not.
No, so me and Shelah connected years back because, years ago, this is a very small piece of both of our stories, but years ago, Shelah did Love and Hip Hop Miami, but she did it the season after I did it. And so, I caught a lot of flack my season, and I wasn't quiet about what I experienced. And I felt like I spoke up a lot about a lot of things that people did not see. And
which you always do.
Which I always do.
Clock it.
But which even puts me now, this is like off on a little tangent, but when I look at like the people that go like on Love Island right now, the way they be coming out and saying, no, that's not what happened, and seeing like people actually believe them, I'm like, dang, but when I said, there was just something about me that there's no way that what you're saying is true, that's not how things happened.
It's a slippery slope. It's like a real smart trick that reality shows like that show do. Whereas it's you know what you got into. You know what this show is. And you know how they're going to frame Black women. So like when it comes time for you to even express like, hey, I was mistreated in these ways, or hey, this happened, people are going to be like, so?
Right.
You signed up for it.
And then also, too, when you have other people on the show who the storyline benefits, when they're writing it, then people are looking at you like, you know what I mean? Fuck you. We don't believe you. But I remember, quitting the show and saying I wasn't going to do it. And then looking up and seeing you. But before we ever like spoke, I remember looking up and seeing you and thinking, damn, I really hope like they do right by her and Ace. Like, I'm from Miami. Shelah's from Miami. Like, we're from the crib. And people from Miami often just look crazy.
Yeah.
And then also just knowing, even though we didn't have a personal relationship, knowing Ace Hood and being an admirer of his work, and then being an admirer of you from afar, knowing that, okay, these people have a really good relationship. I really hope this show doesn't fuck them up. And then you reached out to me, and you're like, hey, A, B, and C has happened. I've seen you speak up. I'm experiencing the same things. Like, what do I do? And I remember us connecting.
When I say you held me down during that filming, especially towards the end, because when you're in that situation, it's like now, like when I see people commenting on Love is Blind, and they'll say something like, they think they love that person already. Like, oh my God, why are they acting that? I'm like, wow, it's such a good trick that they do. Because behind the scenes,
people don't know.
You don't have phones. You don't. This is not the show we filmed, but Love is Blind.
Yeah.
You don't have phones. You're not eating as much as you need to. Unlimited drinking all the time. Sleep deprived. Only around these people. Like your conception of time, and it's just warped.
It all becomes a construct.
And that's purposeful. Yeah. That's not an accident. So the same thing with us when we were filming. I knew I needed to speak to somebody who'd been through it, because I know 9 times out of 10, if you can complain about being on that show, like, people are not trying to hear that. Yeah. And I will take accountability and say that I did know to an extent what I was getting myself into. Yeah, I just didn't know fully. And
you knew, but you didn't know.
No. My goodness.
Yeah. You knew, but you didn't know.
I was hopeful. I love that part of myself. I'm hopeful. I can be slightly naive. But I mean, I prayed about it. Me and Ace prayed about it. We talked about it. And I just thought, you know what? I can handle this. I couldn't.
Yep.
Spoiler alert. That was not the place for me. But I learned from my mistakes. And I only did 1 season. For me, I mean, and shout out to this. I need to say this publicly. Jessie was praying with me. You prayed with me. Like, before I would go into filming, I would feel so, like, you can't understand. I'm like, Jessie, I feel like this is spiritual. This is beyond. Yeah. There's stuff at work here that I need somebody to help me pray with me. Like, you know, because even Ace, he wasn't even having the same experience I was having.
No,
at all.
So they're isolating you on purpose. Right. And then it gets to a point where you're kind of like pulled back from reality.
Yes.
Like, even though, like, you and Ace live together.
Correct.
But then y'all are now in this experiment almost. And it's like, now it's making you doubt your reality. Because even him, he's like,
whoa.
Exactly. He's like, well, I don't see what I didn't get. So now you're like at war with yourself.
Exactly.
Literally.
And it was at that point when I started to feel like it started to come between me and Ace. I just decided, I was like, nope, this is it for me. I will only do 1 season, whatever I have to do contractually. Yeah. Because for me, what matters above all is my marriage. Like, period. I love my homie down. I love Ace. So to me, it was like, if this is going to come between me and Ace, I don't care money, fame, nothing. Yeah. Nothing is more important. Yeah. You can have all those things, and it could be like, you ever been to a wedding and they have them big wedding cakes and it's not a real cake, it's just pretty, but it's styrofoam on the inside. Right.
It looks cute for the picture though.
I don't want looking cute for the picture. I want actual cake, please. You know what I'm saying? I want something that's actually going to feed me.
So. We love cake too.
And I sure do. That almond cake was so shout out to Tegan. Shout out to Tegan. That cake was so
damn good. But no, I love that, and I love that you brought that up too, because I remember we were talking about how we connected, like the last time we all went on a date. Like, we like to do like multi-date. So it'll be me, you, Tierra, Tim,
Lauren and
Cameron, me and Jay. And we were talking, and I don't know who asked the question, but they're like, but why did you want to even like help Shelah out? And I was like, I wanted to be something for her that I didn't get. Nobody else gave me that. Yep. Nobody else was like, yo, let me help you. The only people who were like really looking out for me was people from behind the scenes. And they was like, girl, no, like, all that stuff that you shot, they're not going to show it. Like, we're not going to see you doing this. We're not going to see you tearfully apologizing for what you said. We're not seeing none of that. And so it's like, I had to just be on an island by myself. So I really wanted to be for you what I didn't get. And you've been for me what I haven't gotten too. Like, I feel like you're a really good friend. You tell the truth, like, but also you're a soft place to land. And some people just don't have that diversity when it comes to friendship. Like, has friendship always been important to you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was not always a good friend. I feel like I had to learn. I think I was well, it's subjective. I think there were moments, but I will say this. I couldn't be a good friend to myself, so how could I be a good friend to other people?
That's true.
And what I mean by that is being honest about my expectations, being honest about what I can give, speaking up when something bothers me, and then making amends. What I learned over time was like, dang, so we have, girl, books on books on books on books that teach us how to be a good wife. How to be what a man wants. What a man, how to think like a man, act like a woman, be like a, all that. I like this. So, man, you're high value.
The modern woman ain't
Yes, anyway. So, I'm like, girl. But wait a minute. I'm looking for the book. Where the books about female friendship? Where the books about how to be a good
Where are the
friend?
books about that?
Because they're not. They're you know what? Shout out to Dr. Joy Bradford.
Okay.
The founder of Therapy for Black Girls.
Okay.
I believe she just wrote a book about sisterhood.
Cool.
They are coming. They are coming.
Yeah.
And I touched on it in my book too. And it was literally the hardest chapter to write because I was like, I have to teach myself how to be a good friend to the women around me because, and this is probably a little bit, it could seem confusing for me to say at first, but it really does come from decentering men. And I say that as a woman who my baby is my life. I love him down, okay?
Yeah.
But there is a certain part of our life where we need to decenter men. What I realized over time was like, okay, so first of all, we don't prioritize learning how to be good friends.
Yep.
We just assume that these things will come to us. We just assume if I know you for a long time, I'll be a good friend.
Right.
If I grew
That's
up with
not
you,
always the case.
If you're in my family, if we're in the same network, if we work together, it doesn't just come in the same way a relationship, a partnership doesn't just come. True. You have to work at it. So why wouldn't you have to work at a friendship? And also, I realized like, dang, do we throw our friends away when something happens? Like we'll give a man how many chances? And even if they betray you. And then a woman, you get into one thing with a friend and I cut her off.
I saw somebody kind of break that down on TikTok. That was a big Discord. But Discord? Was there Discord? Discord.
Discord is a server.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. There was like there was a Discord
you know my nerves.
on TikTok about that. Like, why do women give men multiple chances, but with their friends, they break things off? And people were saying that, well, men are men. Like, we don't really expect much from men.
Okay, but what does that even mean, men are men?
That's what I was saying, too. But also,
that just feels like a cop-out.
Yeah, but also, though, I do feel like you said something earlier, learning how to speak up, right? Sometimes a lot of us be in friendships and shit keeps happening and you're not speaking up about it. Y'all kind of have like a little bit of this Discord. Is it Discord?
Yeah, that
y'all have a little bit of the course.
Discord. I think that's where you use Discord. The other one was Discord.
Okay. So then y'all have some of the cord. And then
you gotta cut the cord.
You never really like dissect the problem.
Correct.
So then like it's kind of like shit piles up without both people acknowledging it, and then boom, like one last straw and you're done. I don't feel like it's always like, oh, but your friend does something and boom, I don't feel like it's always like
you feel like it's a buildup from not speaking up.
Yes.
I could agree with that.
I feel like it's a buildup.
Because a lot of us don't have the tools to navigate that. We fear like if I have this conversation, this might be the last conversation.
True.
If I have this conversation, can we bounce back? Will she even listen to me? Will she hear me? And it's like all those soft skills that nobody teaches you that you just have to learn throughout life. Those are actually the skills that are going to keep you together.
Yep.
But for me, I feel like in the same way, my husband is my priority, so are the women in my life.
Period.
Because me learning to be a better friend to myself, a better friend to the women around me, makes me a happier wife at home. It just makes me happier above all. And not only that, I love women. Like, there are some things that I feel deeply that can only be experienced with women, which is why I love my retreat so much.
I was gonna say,
my retreats are
retreat.
Oh my gosh!
Can you tell me how the retreat came about? Because even like back a little bit on the show, you were saying who the retreat was for. Period.
Oh,
it's for Black women.
Yeah. It's
during Black Women's
Black History Month.
It is for Black women. We getting
what is this month? What are we in? We're in September, August.
We finna turn black like Kamala Harris Black Women's Month. I gotta find a new one for September. What's in September? Is that Titty Month? No, that's October.
No, it is. No, October's
Titty Month.
And Black Women's, we gotta figure out something. Pumpkin Spice Month.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's still summer. Summer don't hit till fall don't hit till September 22nd.
But you know the pumpkin spice roll out for to be serious in September.
You already know, bruh. I got the sweaters ready, honey. Okay, I got all the pumpkin spice chai ready, honey. Cinnamon sticks on deck.
Listen. Pumpkin, all that shit, the leaves, all that shit.
All that. But yeah, we have Black Women's Month every month.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, the retreats are for Black women.
Why'd you feel like it had to be for coloreds only? I'm just This is a for coloreds only section. But why'd you feel like it had to be for Black women? I love that.
Okay, so I'm going to reference a metaphor that Dr. Joy DeGruy She's a scholar, researcher. She coined the term post-traumatic slave syndrome. So she's amazing. Like her work, if you go look on YouTube, she has amazing talks. But she studies how the colonial mindset, how chattel slavery affects our minds. So I would say this. She gave a metaphor once. Was told to me for somebody. If you have an orchestra, right? An orchestra, in order to get to that place of harmony where they can all play together, there has to be a part of the rehearsal process where every section breaks up into their individual sections so they can tune specifically to the sound coming from that instrument. That's how I feel. When it comes to Black women, there's a specific type of healing and togetherness and joy and freedom that only happens in the presence of your peers. I can't tune, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if the last thing you need to be is at a retreat for women that's supposed to be for healing, and a woman asks you to teach her something. Well, what about this? Well, how do you feel about that? What about your hair? How do you do that? So how can I be a better? That's the last thing you need. Or the last thing you need is when you speak up about something and someone goes, "Oh, really? I don't see it like that.
Yeah.
I don't experience that. I'm sorry you feel that way, but we don't need that. We don't need that." I feel that Black women, our experience gets dismissed, challenged all the time. I think there's a healing that, like, the retreat is about the workshops we do, but it's really just about the experience you will have. From the moment you get there to the moment you'll leave, you're cared for. When you said like a soft place, that's like one of my big things is I believe Black women need more softness. We're so conditioned to have all the harshness and to bounce back and to survive and to tough it out. But like, where can you come and we're like, "Hey, Jessie, how are you?" We've been, but not in like a fake saccharine.
No, but for real. Like,
way.
how are you?
No, but a real way, right? Yeah. And like when you come to our retreats, like nobody's thinking about what does my body look like? What is my clothes? Do I have designer? Do I have this thing?
Oh my God.
It's not about none of that. It's not about none of that.
One time doing like let me not say it was retreat, but I did like a girls trip thing where I went with a bunch of girls and I was like, I will never do this shit again.
Yeah.
Because it was so like designery, influencery, and like I get it. I get the times we're in, but it's like when I'm on vacation, I don't like don't get me wrong, I keep it cute, but like I put up my vacation my birthday vacation I took with Jay, and it's like my hair's messy, like
you were having a good time.
I'm having a good time. I don't want to constantly feel like it's a photo shoot. And sometimes I feel like when you get with a group of women nowadays, it feels like that.
Everything has to be aesthetic.
It has to be aesthetics, photo shoot, pictures. We got, TikTok. Like, damn, like, can we just, like, can we eat? Can a bitch eat? Don't you be seeing how I be at events? I go to the food.
Me and you, we eat.
We eat.
I don't play no games.
We eat.
I'm a... And go eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it's like, can we...
But I feel like if we run the risk of, like, chasing aesthetics to the point where we miss the moments.
Yeah.
For me, I know who I do it for. I know who I'm producing retreats for.
Yeah.
I'm producing retreats for the Black women who feel maybe left out. For the Black women who feel, I don't know, where's my place? I really want to come, but I don't have friends who are on a healing journey with me. Or maybe I don't have the things. Am I still good enough? That's who I speak to. I speak to the women who need to be lifted up. And so that's my priority. I do have those moments. I do have the curated moments. I have the beautiful moments. I, of course, have my looks. Yeah. Everybody has their looks. That's a part of the fun, you know. Yeah. Come there with your looks. But that's not the priority. Yeah. The priority is we're here for an experience that you cannot have in the everyday world. We're here to give you a break from all of the messaging you hear nonstop and open your phone, go to any major outlet. It's going to tell you in some way that you need to be better. Yeah. You need to be CEO. You need to be a six-figure earner. You need to Ozempic and lose weight. Your body needs to look like this. You need to, and it's just like, how about...
Mind you, the Ozempic ain't even real. They be giving the fake Ozempic.
What?
Girl, don't you remember that one time?
Ozempic.
You know.
It's fake.
It's fake. They don't be having.
Wait, what do you mean they get faking Ozempic?
It don't be real. You really gotta know where to go. She remember when I tried that little weight loss clinic? That shit was not real.
It didn't. But you don't have nothing to Zempic.
That's not true.
You don't have nothing to lose, Jessie. No.
Yes, I have.
Jessie, you not even.
Oh my God, I hate people.
No. I can say you can say you gained your 12 pounds, whatever. But for Ozempic, don't you need to have a certain amount of weight you need to lose for it even to be effective? Jessica. You get on my nerves.
Wait, that's why it's not working?
Yeah.
So why the doctor ain't tell me that? Because they want my money?
Give me my money. Yay! That's why.
Give me my money.
I want to do that so bad to Ace. I was so mad he
No,
seen that.
you know what?
I want to do it so bad.
I hate when they be doing that challenge to the little kids.
To the kids?
Why y'all doing that to y'all kids?
Why I see one boy, he slapped his daddy in the mouth.
Good. That was one of my homeboys. He did it to his daughter, and she's like, yeah, and she waiting for the car, and she said, man, fuck y'all. I was like, good, queen. Queen, tell your
why you trying to play with me?
Yeah.
Why?
Why y'all doing this to me? Why y'all being weird to me? The fuck? I hate when y'all keep doing that to y'all kids.
I'm crying.
But no, but you're right though. It's like it's just so much. That's why when I be going to events, child, I be getting my little plate.
I don't know how you do it. I feel like you do so many events. Shout out to you and Tiara. I feel like you guys do so many events, and I don't know how. Like I do one event.
She be at event.
She can do it. She's amazing with that.
I'll do it, but it's like when I get there, I gotta eat. I'm sorry. I gotta eat, and that's the first thing I'm doing.
Sorry.
Like there was one event I went to recently, like probably like 2 months ago. I went to Palmer's. It was a really, really good event. And they had really good food. So I'm like, not the Palmer's. First of all, I didn't know they had hair products. I even made a whole video out of it. I was like, they got hair products.
I didn't know either. I thought it was cocoa butter.
Girl, they got cocoa butter shampoo. Couldn't believe it. Yes, cocoa butter shampoo. And then so I'm eating, and one of the girls who was there, she was like trying to take a picture, and she's like, "You're eating? What the fuck is this food for? What I'm supposed to do with this?
I don't have time. I don't have time.
She literally told me that. She's like, you're eating? Bitch.
I want to be at a real event.
Yeah.
I want to be at a real event with real people. Having real vibes.
So that's what you feel like Unruly Retreat
No, it is.
Yeah.
It gives that.
Okay.
It definitely gives it. It gives you can sit with us, but not in a cult way.
Yeah.
Or not in a way where I feel like when you hear some wellness events can have toxic positivity where it's like you just smile around and that's overwhelming too. Like we have a lot of care baked into our events. Like, for example, I have a mental health professional at every single event that I do. Why? Because like I said in the beginning, I don't have a degree. I don't want to perpetuate harm.
Degree now.
I don't want to perpetuate harm. And influencers like myself in the self-help space, we have to be aware of that because there are people with degrees for a reason. They go to school, they learn things. And I realize my limits. I know I can't take my community past a certain point. Sometimes we get into a exercise or a meditation and somebody might start crying about something that happened in their past.
You're not equipped.
What I'm going to do, just leave her? So that's why we have mental health professional every time. And she can step in. She can add on if I leave something out. And she's always there to care for the women. Because again, the whole experience I want women to have is to be held, be cared for, and be in a space. I'll say this. I produce retreats that are exclusively for Black women.
Period. For Black women during Black Women's Month.
That's right. It's a safe space.
During Black Women's Unruly Black Women's Month.
That's right. Unruly month is every month. But on the first day, the first time I get into any exercise that's remotely like touching at anything tender or vulnerable, half the room will cry, burst into tears crying.
Why do you feel, what is it about getting around Black women? Why would we be crying like that?
Because I think a lot of us are holding it in. A lot of us are trying to survive. People have lives. They're busy. If they have kids, they don't have time to think about their feelings. And they just bulldoze through it. But what I feel like is, don't we deserve a luxury like every other group, like all the white women who get to sit around and be in their space and cry? Like Black women deserve to experience a range of emotions as well. Yeah. Some of that is crying. Some of that is tears. Some of that is softness. We miss out. I think we miss out on a lot of it because ultimately when we're that harsh with the world, we're harsh with ourselves.
Do you feel like Black women do need to do a better job of being softer with other Black women?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, I'll tell you my answer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I've been blessed to experience.
But can we?
Listen, I let you hear something recently.
Yeah. There one day we'll talk about that.
That one day I will come forward about. Hopefully I won't need to if I get my check.
But
Cut the check.
but I do think that another reason why Unruly Retreat is important is because, like, Black women, we really can be harsh with each other. Like, we really can. And I think it's a generational thing sometimes. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I look at, like, my upbringing and, you know, I'm Haitian. Like, ain't no crying, ain't no kiss the boo-boo. Like, that's not really, like, my mom always says, like, she raised me the way she did to prepare me for the world. And it's like, yeah, but, like, you didn't raise me to expect to be able to retreat from the world with you. Like, I would have loved to have that. Like, I appreciate her preparing me for the world because it's harsh.
Correct.
But also, she prepared me for a harsh world that doesn't offer a retreat. And I didn't have a retreat in her. And I think a lot of us don't have that with our parents, just in general. Like, we don't get that from mommy sometimes because mommy had to grow up in a harsh world too. Like, my mom was, you know, I don't know my mom to have ever not led the household. My mom's been married my entire life.
Let's talk about it.
Always led the household.
Leaders.
Always had to have, you know, the hard job. Like, and then she comes home and she's still fucking hard because she has 4 kids.
Which is why I was asking, can we?
Yeah.
Because I think being soft is a skill. I don't think you just know how to do it. How would you be soft if no one modeled it for you, if no one taught you, and if no one was soft with you? So I feel like a lot of Black women, could we be softer with each other? Sure.
Yeah.
But is there a foundation for that? Not so much. But I feel like, to me, I focus on doing what I can. So I think that we deserve more softness, which is why that's primarily the angle that I take when I talk about things, when I comment on things. I'm always going to come from that angle of like, let me see how I can put a little empathy in here. And at my retreats, we prioritize that soft experience. Because to me, I know we talk about soft life a lot, but to me, a soft life is a regulated nervous system. And I know that maybe not sounds, you know, we that's not sound bitey.
That's not what, but it is sound bitey because I'm used to the girls saying soft life is a closet full of Chanel, soft life.
And you could still be stressed.
Right.
And that nigga could still be running you ragged.
Come on.
And you could still not be fulfilled. And it's like, when does it end? You have 5 Chanels, she has 10. Oh, now I want 10.
Right.
I get 10, but she has an Hermes. Oh, now I want that.
Hermes.
Oh, she gets, but look who took a vacation. Like, it'll never end.
Never ends.
It'll never end.
Now.
It's,
with
to me,
media.
that's one thing to me that I was very aware about when I moved to Atlanta. Was like,
oh my God,
the whole keeping up with the Jones thing.
Jesus.
And I reject getting wrapped up into that. I rewear my outfits.
Crazy though, because Sheila, I think people who would not know you or not even like come across your content really, because if you come across your content, you can see, okay, she's not that type of girl. But I feel like you hear, okay, that's Ace Hood's wife. Like,
really,
you're gonna expect. You know what I mean?
What are you gonna expect? I'm curious.
What you just said. Like, like you coming to Atlanta, bags, money, the whip. Like, that's what all the rap girlies give. And I feel like you're probably one of the very few that I feel like has never given that. Why?
It just doesn't bring me real joy. It's very fleeting. Like, okay, I wanted this Fendi, got this big Fendi bag, got the vibe, and then what? It sits on my shelf. I wear it on vacation sometimes, or da-da-da. I got the Rolex. Like, I just...
What else?
Well, I got... No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm saying like, what else? Like, what else does
those
it do?
Things,
like,
but
what does it do?
To me, I really move towards what really fills me up. And I like freedom. And I know once you start getting all that stuff, you got to keep up with it. You got to get the next bag. The next bag will be coming out in a few months. The next outfit. And then someone else will have, and it never, and to me, that feels like a prison. Like, when I think of that, that feels like a standard to keep up. And I like freedom. I want to be able to put on my Target clothes and just go out. I don't care. I like the way I look. I like the way I look. You know what I mean? Because to me, I just feel like the type of beauty and grace and shine that I'm after, it does not come from a bag that you got from the store.
Yeah.
No.
A bag doesn't define you.
Absolutely not. It comes from drinking water, eating my food, doing my meditations, doing my tapping, doing my exercise, processing my emotions. And then this goes back to the soft thing, managing my triggers. So I can be soft with people, because a lot of times if we're not working on our nervous system, if we haven't managed our triggers, you can't be soft. Because if anybody brush up against any wound that you have, you're going to snap.
Yep.
Not me. It makes me think of that. Remember that Dave Chappelle skit? Did you used to watch Dave Chappelle?
Not all the time.
He had a little sketch about keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah.
And he just was like, I don't play that. I'm going to keep it real. It was a lady like, I'm going to keep it real. And she kept it real all the way to jail.
Yeah.
That's how much she kept it real.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like
it's a lot of real bitches in jail now.
I'm just like constantly in drama. Like, I ain't even got time, baby. I be over here listening to my little podcast and just living my life. Yeah. I be clipping my kale off from the garden.
Period.
You know, taking my bonus daughter to cheer, love her down. Shout out to my dog. You know, so I just feel like I move towards what gives me liberation. Like when I wrote my book, like that was the main thing I want. I want Black women to move towards liberation. Yeah. Stop being, we're already, girl, we already under so many systems that we can't control, probably in our lifetime. Can't change. I want to focus on making our own self as liberated as we can be within the confines of everything going on. Because if not, like, what are we doing? We're just repeating the cycle. If not, we're just doing what our moms did. And for me, I don't know about you, but I know the women in my family, and they sacrificed too much for me to get to where I am, not to take advantage of all of this opportunity that I have to be liberated.
And where's the happiness too and all that?
Where's the happiness? Where is it?
I want to be happy.
Literally. At one point I used to be like, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Especially my marriage, I feel like that paid off a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because I think when I was more so in a trauma state, when I hadn't done certain work on myself, I always felt like, which a lot of Black women will relate to, they're not gonna play me. You're not gonna do me, not like that. Like I'm always ready, like my fist ready.
I'm not one of them.
What? You didn't wash that dishes? I told you. You didn't wash it. Like who do you think you know? Like always on some type of like nobody's gonna play me. Like somebody never repeat it. So yeah. I just learned
he used to be keeping.
Does he?
Dishes.
Sometimes I just get in and I go, you know what though?
I just like men, the way they move, they just be, what is going on?
I'll be like, sir, I don't care how many records you sold. Watch this plate. Watch this plate, sir.
I don't care. I do not care.
I love you. I think you're amazing, and you can watch this plate. Right. I love you. It's like, no.
And knowing you, that's exactly how you do it, too. Yeah, come watch this plate.
Love you, honey, but no. You know? Hey.
Absolutely not.
But see, I still get what I want, but I don't do it in the way I used to do it. I feel like I would, like, that's actually, quiet as it's kept, the gift I got from doing Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Really?
Yes. Love and Hip Hop Miami made me a better person. Most people will never have the opportunity that I had. The opportunity that you have is to see yourself in a way you've never seen yourself. Publicly in front of people. So it's one thing to feel that you present yourself in a way that makes you feel ashamed in private or in front of a few people. It's another thing to do it in front of millions of people. And I'm going to be honest with you. I saw things about myself I did not like. And they were right. Some of the things were right. Some of the things I needed to work on. I mean, to be fair, I had just come off of having my first miscarriage. That was the first time I was pregnant. Like, it was so traumatic for me.
You had a lot going on.
So I had a lot going on. At the same time, I just decided, like, okay, boom. I don't like the way I'm being portrayed right now. This is not what I expected. I'm feeling a little bit hard on myself. What can I do? Well, I can defense, deflect. That's not true. That's not true. It's just the editing. It's just the editing. Or I can say, what is in here that is true? What is in here for me to work on? And how can I be better? And like the best thing I got out of it was no longer being ashamed of that. Like I have a very sensitive, very vulnerable side of me. And that's what I brought to the show, which was where I went wrong.
Right.
You know?
I was going to say, because I get what you're saying,
right,
but let's not act
wrong
like,
place.
I was going to say.
Wrong stage.
I think what you're saying is such a good message because I never thought of it that way. I don't know if I would say that my experience made me a better. I don't know. I guess that's your revelation.
I could say that it did.
Really?
Yeah, because you got a lot. It built up your defenses, like your immune system, like, and it allowed you to move through. I feel like since the show moved through places and doors without a certain level of fear, because you built up that immunity.
True, and I was able to definitely be there for other people. Because you're not the only person. Like, there's been other people.
And that too, Jessie.
And yeah, so I will say that. Yeah, it definitely helped me be a better person. But I like what you said about, like, there is some truth. And so what do I do with that? And how do I carry that into my relationship? It's funny because you said something earlier where you're saying, you know, with Ace, like, you're different now. Like, there's things, you know how to get them now differently than you used to before. You're softer. Because when I got with Jay within a couple weeks was like, man, you're just like so soft. You're such a soft girl. And I'm like,
That
what?
too, you
I
are.
have never been told
You
that by a
are.
man. He's the first person to tell me that. Never had.
I recognize that in you. That's what one of the things that drew me to. Yeah, because you don't show it outwardly, but it's there. It's very easy to see. You don't think you are?
I feel like I have softness.
You can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
You did the thing that I didn't. You know where to put it. That's what I would say. You don't necessarily put it out there on Front Street, but it is there.
Yeah.
It is there.
Yeah. When he said that to me, I was like, okay, wow. Like, so I am a soft girly. Cause like, I know I'm a lover girl. Like, I am a lover girl at heart. But sometimes, like you were saying earlier, you got to be in a place that's soft for you.
Correct.
Do you feel like Ace is soft for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I tell another story?
Yeah.
There was when we went to, what time? We've been to Tiki Tai a couple times, but there was one time. There was one time. Please don't go to Tiki Tai. It's disgusting. No, I'm just kidding.
We hate it.
Right, we hate it. No, we're there all the time. So please don't go in there. We don't want to see y'all. No, I'm just kidding. It's great. Tiki Tai is really, really good. But we went there. One of the times we went there, I was asking everybody, like, how did they meet their spouses? And everybody was giving their story. We know about Cam and Lauren, duh.
Thanks.
And Tiara and Tim were giving their story. That's their story to share. But I remember Ace saying the first time he laid eyes on you in person, he was like, yeah, we was in the club, you know. I was in the VIP, you know, Shorty came through, you know, she in the club or whatnot. She walking to my section. He said he invited you to the section. I invited her to the section. And as she was walking, it's like the crowd was just set. I was like, what? Like, y'all have to hear Ace tell this story. The way his eyes were like tearing up and like he's saying it. I'm just like, what? Like that, it was just so beautiful how he said it. And he remembered what you had on, what you were wearing, how you smelled, how you had your hair. He knew everything.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
He's
like, when she walked over, it's like she was levitating. Like the way she was walking over.
I love, when I first met him, that's one thing I was like, oh my gosh, my heart. I was just like, because he was so kind and gentle with it. Like, I think it was like Wayne, Fab,
yeah,
Ace.
he was like, he told everybody, hey, y'all.
And it was just all these beautiful women. And here I am, like, I'm like
beautiful
a little nervous, but I'm still a little nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not usually in these environments, but I was walking in there and like, I was so nervous. And he was like, you know, like, I feel like there's a thing of rappers who you feel like will always disrespect women.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like a little bit nervous about that. And so when he was like, excuse me, love. Excuse me. 1 second. Excuse me. Thank you so much. He was just moving like parting the Red Sea.
Okay, Moses.
And period, Moses. And he did it so politely. I was like, I love that.
Yes.
He's very polite. That's one thing I like about him. His mom raised him to be he's very kind.
Yeah.
Like underneath like he has like an exterior part of him, but underneath that, he's a very kind person. And so I do think that he's a soft space for me, mainly because at his core, he's a kind person.
I love that.
He doesn't hold grudges on people. He doesn't like seek to hurt people. Like that I couldn't deal with. I couldn't deal with a man that's not kind. And like that is the main thing. And the second thing is that he always keeps growing. He always keeps growing. Like, I don't know what. I'll wake up one day and I don't know, he wants a Super Saiyan. He's doing Bruce Lee in the backyard. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm grounding. They say you get energy from the ground. And he's just
really grounding.
I don't know what he'll do. He wakes up with, and I love that though. Cause I'm like, it's fun to me. I'm like, what you gonna do today? Okay.
Yeah.
And not only that, I know that like, if there's a deficiency, if there's something that I feel like needs tweaking, I know that it can be tweaked. We can work on it. We're willing.
Yeah.
We're willing. I think that's the main thing. Get you a man that's willing.
Yes.
You know, to learn you.
I love that you said he's kind, because I feel like before I got in my relationship, that was like a main thing for me. I wasn't finding
a lot of people aren't kind.
men who are kind. Like,
And
they're just so nasty.
It's really understated. You could get you a man that got money any day. You can get you a man that got he'll dick you down. You can get you a man that has wealth or fame or access. But if he's not kind, it's gonna be a hard journey.
It is, and he's not gonna be good to you. He's not gonna be generous. He's not
gonna
be
literally just talking about
he's not gonna be those things because he doesn't like you. He's not kind to you. Like, it's just really bad. Let's talk about you being a bonus mom, because I feel like you're gonna touch on this kind of in your book, right?
Yeah.
So you had an excerpt that you let us hear on Instagram, a reel that showed just a little bit of what you're going to be saying in your book. You're recording the audio version.
Yes.
And the reel that you had posted, like, it honestly, like, made me so emotional.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I don't even know if you remember, but was it last year? Last year, you and I went to the garden room for your birthday.
I remember.
And, like, you talked about, like, being a bonus mom and wanting to be a mom. And then, like, I don't know if you remember how much I cried when you were like, I'm not a mom. I was like, no, but you are a mom. And, like, I just, like, started crying out. That really hurt me when you said that, because it's like, you are a mom. Like, you are a mom. Like,
you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, because you're a bonus. Like, you're a bonus mom, but you're a mom. The way you love Ace's kids, like, you literally genuinely love them, not just because they're an extension of him, but because they are who they are, because they exist.
Exactly.
And so, yeah. And then, like, so when you talk about wanting to be a mom and the journey, like, why do you feel it's a good thing for you to share those things?
Well, primarily because there's so much shame around it. Like, miscarriages happen, like, they're reported to happen at least 10 to 20% of women, probably up to 30%, because some women miscarry so early that they didn't even test yet. It's very common, especially of women of my age. I feel like there's a lot of shame around it, and there's a lot of I would say, not the word is not negativity that I'm looking for, but I feel that people will discourage you a lot. Oh my God, you're old. Be careful, da da da. And there's so much negativity that sometimes feels hopeless. So for me, I think it's important to share my journey. Number one, to release any shame that I have, and invite other women to release theirs and let them know that they're not alone. Whenever I make a post about my fertility journey, shout out to my endometriosis girls.
The endo warriors.
The endo babies. I like come out the woodwork. So many women, me too. I had this, I had this, I had this. I had this many miscarriages. And women are going through this all in silence, not telling anybody, internalizing all this shame. And I just think it's time to release that. For me, it was time. I felt like I couldn't move forward because at the end of the day, again, I'm going to bring it back to me. I like to be liberated. I don't like to be controlled by anything, even the desire to become a mother.
Wow.
So if I kept that secret and made it this big thing and this mission, and I'm just going to fix myself and everything's, and then I'm going to have a baby, and then I win. You win what?
Right.
How would that entry point to motherhood be for me? That entry point would have came from a place of lack. And I would have probably been putting pressure on my unborn child to fill this need within me. Because if I need it so bad, there's something in me that needs this baby. And then you have to, I don't want that. I want my child to be able to be free.
Yeah.
I want me to be able to be free. And so I talked about having recurrent miscarriages and my journey, but I do have faith. You know what I'm saying? Send me the vibes. You know what I'm saying? My surgeries are complete.
No. Yeah. Where are you at now?
Yes, I had to get ovarian cyst removed. I had to get scar tissue removed. And I also had to get my left fallopian tube removed in another surgery. I know. I was like, no, but it was inflamed. And there was just from a previous infection, and it just scarred. And it was just could be making me have more miscarriages. So I went through all that. I grieved. I did all that. And now I'm at a place of, you know what? I am okay. First of all, number one, I'm whole. I'm worthy. I'm valuable right now. Even if I never birth another child.
That's so good.
At the same time, I will.
Yeah.
At the same time, I will.
Yeah.
I will. I don't know how it'll happen, but I will. And when it comes to my bonus children, I'm a daughter of a bonus mom too. Like I had a great, amazing
really? I didn't know
stepmom.
that.
Yeah, shout out to Anita. I love
didn't know
her
that.
down. She inherited 8 bonus children.
Lord.
Yes. My dad.
Oh.
We're gonna leave that there. Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Senior.
Not Nick Cannon Senior.
And so, it's very normal for me. My family is my whole family is a big blended family, all of us. So it very felt normal. And also too, like, they're kids. I think that all children deserve healthy co-parenting or parenting. They deserve access to both parents.
Yeah.
And like, who am I? Like, I don't know, man. I met them
Yeah.
too when they were kind of young. Like,
Yeah.
I think
But
Junior was like 1.5.
I have a step parent. I don't have a.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have.
Oh, I could never see that for myself. I don't know. To me,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
wow.
it's so good how you do treat them and love them.
Oh, I love
because
them.
there are people out here who become step parents and they don't really see the value in really being part of that child's life. Like, how am I going to add to your life? How am I going to affect your life if I don't do what I'm supposed to do and play my part as your parent now? Like that was my experience. Like, I don't have a good relationship with my
I don't
parent.
know, man. As somebody who grew up with childhood trauma, I just would never want to replicate that.
Exactly.
To me, I know what it feels like to be discarded and stuff like that. I don't have the capacity to do that or the urge. And also, Sailor and Junior are going to grow up to be members of society.
Okay.
They're not going to be kids forever. They're going to remember how I treated them.
Yep.
They're going to remember things I said to them.
Hold on to that. Yep.
And they're going to grow up, and I want them to be able to grow up and be productive members of society. Like, I want Sailor to be great. I want her to do all of her cooking stuff or whatever she ends up doing. I don't know. You want to join a circus? Whatever your parents want you to do. Whatever you do, child. I'll be supportive. I'm behind the parents. They run the show. Yeah. And Junior too. So to me, I just feel like it would be so against who I am as a person not to do that. Like, they are children. They're innocent. They don't have any say-so or agency in this. They don't have any agency over when the time sharing, all that. So the least I could do is treat them with dignity and love and care. Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I'm also lucky that they're great. Like, I've seen
they're
some other kids that would make it hard. Mine are top tier. Like, I'm lucky.
No, it is. It can definitely go both ways, and I'm really happy that you have the relationship that you have with them, with their father. I really do see, like, at the end of the day, you are the person you are because obviously, like, you're a great person, but then you have so much goodness around you too.
I am surrounded by goodness.
So it just adds to who you are, and it makes you shine brighter. So tell me about. Go ahead.
Last thing I want to say about motherhood is that if there are any girls watching this or girlies and you're struggling with infertility, I do encourage you to think about all the ways in which you can live in your motherhood energy now without producing a biological child. I've found like I opened myself up to so much more fullness when I realized I do mother through birthing a book. I do mother when I go to my retreats. I do mother my bonus kids. I do mother myself.
Yep.
I mother my inner child. Yeah. So there's all these ways in which I don't want us to feel beholden that we can't be it, we can't do it until we get this thing.
Yeah.
See how much we can exercise it now to the best of our ability.
That's so true. I feel like I was always a mother, and that was because I'm the oldest of 4.
Were you parentified?
I mean, I'm the oldest of 4.
Yeah.
So so it's like I was a mother pretty early. And then I look at myself now, I'm like, damn, I always thought I would have been a mom pretty young.
But do you feel like you had a childhood if you were always a mother?
I don't feel like, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't have a child. You know, I ain't Michael Jackson out here, you know, I wasn't Peter Pan or nothing. But I do feel like the oldest daughter, like there should be a section of psychology dedicated to the oldest daughter.
Absolutely.
Like, I was always a mother. I was a mother without making the decision to be one. Nobody asked me. It was automatically, Jessica's going to do this. Jessica's going to do that. You're going to do that. Like, automatically. And then when I look at myself now, one of my biggest fears is not becoming a mother.
I didn't know that.
I don't really share that.
Wait, why is that a big fear?
Because I'm like, I've always wanted to be a mom. But I've always been like kind of scared of being a mom a little bit because I don't think that I got the best of my mom because my mom had so much going on. Like, she just had so much. So I don't know. I don't want to birth a child and have my child feel the feelings that I've had towards my mom.
Well, first of all, they might.
I can't.
You can't prevent it. You can do everything perfectly, and your child could still say that in some capacity. That's true. And I think that I don't think you should fear that, because I feel like if and when you did encounter that, you have the tools to work through
also,
it.
so I'm like, I've never been pregnant, so I'm like, is my coochie working? Like, I've actually gone to the doctor and been like, is my coochie, is this thing on?
You know, you could go, if you really about that life, you know what I'm saying? I know the little test you could go get it, just check and, you know, see your AMH levels and see everything.
Why my doctor has never told me that?
They don't teach us.
What schools do they be going to? They don't suggest shit.
Nothing.
They just say, get a pap smear. Okay, bitch.
And then rub on your tits. Okay. And
all right, bye. No, like, I need to know, because especially like now, like, I'm finally with someone who, okay, I do see like my children with this person, but is my coochie on?
It's on, girl. It might have been in hibernation, you know, in sleep. You got to put that thing in sport mode.
You know what's funny? My OBGYN told me that my last pap smear, she said sometimes your fallopian tubes sometimes are just asleep. Like, and yeah, like she said, like sometimes because they just haven't had any activity, you haven't thrown them anything, so they're just like. So there's this thing where I forgot what she told me, but it's this method where they go in there, they spray something on your fallopian tubes, like, okay, wake up. Yeah, like I couldn't believe it. I can't remember I can't remember what it was.
I have never heard. They take a nap. They
just be like, okay, you ain't doing nothing. Like, especially somebody like me who, I mean, now I'm fucking, but.
Period.
Yeah, nah, I'm fucking.
As you should. Congratulations.
Now, you know, I'm fucking now. Thank God. Thank you, Miss Issa. We fucking, and so now they're getting a little bit of action, but like I could go like 8 months, a year, and not have sex, like not have anything. So your body, apparently, as a woman, like your body just be like, okay, well,
for real,
let's pack up and go, y'all.
I never knew that. There's so much about the female body.
So much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go back and okay, you know, I'm fucking now. So I'm in a relationship. Can we spray?
Hey guys,
can we spray that little thing on there?
You know,
I need to be pregnant.
You can talk to your fallopian tubes too. You can tell them.
Me?
Yes, you. You can tell your fallopian tubes too that you're awake. You can communicate with your body. You don't have to wait only for a provider to tell you that. You can also go to them, but at the same time, you can tell your body, "Hey, we're safe now." You know, your body might have been like, "Girl, making sure." Like,
no, literally, yeah.
Like, "Hey, girl, we're safe.
Yeah,
we're safe. We're protected. Like, if you want to start, you know, hey." Love you, thank you.
Feel like when I think about it too, I think my body was doing that. Like, girl, not for this.
Seriously,
girl, not him.
Seriously, I know,
not him. No,
yeah, not that.
No, yeah, no, literally, I feel like my body has been like that. Like, no, girl, we're not doing that.
No. Shout out to your intelligent body.
Yeah, yes. But I was like, I've never been pregnant. I'm like, by now I should have miscarried. It sounds crazy. But there's been times where I should have miscarried. I feel like I know so many women who have.
But wait a second. So you were having sex unprotected? Because that's the only way, Jessie. I'm like, okay, so we're going to skip this question. Because you playing with me.
Not all the time, no. But there's been times when
if you're not doing it regularly, why would you say you should have been pregnant?
But there's been people who've had it like once and they've gotten pregnant, no?
Okay, and that's them. Everybody different. You know you can't get pregnant like every time, every sex.
No?
I don't know. I'm going to stop there because now I feel like I sound crazy.
Hold on, we ain't got degrees. Hold on. We ain't got degrees. Hold on, wait. You know
I don't know. My OBGYN was telling me something.
My homegirl did tell me she sent me a link. I'm gonna order it. It's this you pee on this
the ovulation prediction?
Yes.
Yep.
She's like, that's the best way to know if you're because sometimes your tracker cannot. Yep. Your tracker is not.
I have those and I update the tracker to make sure it's accurate. Oh, you should definitely. You using a tracker?
I use my period. My period app? What's that? Thing?
Okay.
The period app.
I use an astrological one. You're not gonna want the one I have.
What? The stars can tell me what the fuck going on?
Yeah, like mine is like it's like your moon cycle with your period.
Oh, really?
It's called Stardust. The one I like to use Stardust. But before that, I was using Flow.
Okay, yeah,
But
I use Flow, but
of
I
them.
be
Oh, that's the one I
irregular.
was using before.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Flow.
Yeah, that's the one I was
My
using.
period coming on in 10 days.
Actually, start.
Today's chance of pregnancy. Hold on. Very low. Oh my God.
Let's see what mine is.
Bitch, you had to tell me it was very low.
Not very low. Okay, I'm in my follicular.
What that mean?
You know, you have phases. You have your ovulation.
Yes.
You have your what's the one? The luteal phase. You have your follicular. This is a hack. I don't know if you do
follicular. What that mean?
That's the one where, to me, in your follicular phase, you're most productive. You can focus. You get a lot of things done. I schedule all my heavy lifting for work during that phase.
Girl, what that mean? So why Flo not doing that?
Flo should show you. But I'm on cycle 11, right? So this is a good, if you like, it's called Stardust.
Okay, we're gonna get that.
It's like astrology based.
Okay.
But like it tells you what type of cycle you're in, like the moon, you know, like because that's astrology stuff. Like your moon aligns with your cycle.
Do you pay for that?
But this one, no, I don't think so. Unless it was a one-time fee, I don't think so.
I'm gonna get the little Stardust then. Fuck it, because I'm trying to be pregnant.
But yes,
but you know, wait. I should get married first, but
you should do whatever works for you.
Yeah,
because quiet as it's kept, the baby is the marriage. So there's that. There's that.
And on that note, all right. So next Unruly Retreat. When is the next Unruly Retreat?
October 24th to the 27th in Houston, Texas.
Love it.
We're going to have a great time. You ain't got to get on an international flight this time.
Okay.
So if you want to go to theunrulyretreat.com, or you can just go to my Instagram, the Shelah Marie, find out all the details there. And my book, Unruly, is releasing this fall, October also. And it's pre-order now. So you can go to my site, pre-order now. Pre-order now. Make my publishers happy, please. Make them feel like I'm worthy. I'm good enough, Ma. Pre-order now. You can go to my website, ShelahMarie.com for that. And it's available wherever books are sold.
And what do you feel like the takeaways will be from everyone who does read Unruly by the Shelah Marie?
Oh, to accept yourself fully and wholly exactly as you are right now without any changes. Not when you get the job, the money, the body, that you have everything within you right now as you are to be happy, healthy, and whole. Period.
I love it. Well, Shelah, thanks so much.
Thank you. Congratulations again, Jessie, on everything you have going. Your new podcast. What do you mean? And all the things you have going on. And your partnership with Reasonable Doubt.
Thanks.
We're so proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm so
happy. No, thanks. So that was really big. That was really big for Hulu to be like, yeah, we trust you to do this. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is gonna come later on, but girl, I'm interviewing Morris Chestnut this week. I can't wait.
Period. Aunties, pull up.
I cannot wait. But yeah, no, it's great. But congratulations to you on the book.
Thank you.
The retreat. Can you let everybody know like how to stay in contact with you? How
Instagram,
to follow you?
The Shelah Marie.
Period.
Or my website, ShelahMarie.com.
Period. Well, thank you so much, Shelah.
Thank you, my love.
And thank you so much, y'all, for listening. It's been another episode of Just a Couple Things. Make sure that you subscribe.
Wait, before we end, can we do one ad? Please?
Okay, so before we go, make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you leave me 5 stars. 5 stars only for the Just a Couple Things podcast, okay? And on that note, we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Yeah, thank you for indulging me.
That's my shit.